great cities have risen and fallen. Civilization's grip on mankind has grown weak and arthritic. Out of the frozen north, a man emerges. They call him Korgoth.
In 2006, Korgoth of Barbaria exploded onto Adult Swim in a glorious mess of blood, bile, and belly laughs. But just as quickly, it disappeared. Korgoth of Barbaria was a TV pilot that dropped like a battle axe into our living rooms in June of 2006. It was written by Aaron Springer, the guy behind SpongeBob, Samurai Jack, and Gravity Falls, and co-directed with the legend Genndy Tartakovsky. The premise? Imagine a Conan-like barbarian in a post-apocalyptic dark age, hired to steal a golden goblin from a wizard in a floating tower. Now add gore, satire, a few pustules, and a thrash metal soundtrack that absolutely shreds. The voice cast? Insane. You've got John DiMaggio, Tom Kenny, and Dietrich Bader all going full beast mode. Oh, and the score was composed by Lee Holdridge, who scored Beastmaster and Moonlighting. This was a pilot with feature film energy. In the episode, Korgoth gets blackmailed by the delightfully disgusting warlord Gog Magog, and ends up fighting monsters, dodging traps, and making us laugh our chainmail off. But this wasn't just a parody. It was a wild, blood-soaked homage to the worlds of Frazetta and Heavy Metal magazine. Think Fire and Ice on acid. The backgrounds? Actual hand-painted matte paintings by William Ray and Justin K. Thompson, who later worked on Spider-Verse. These weren't just backgrounds, they were fine art. And yes, they printed drawings onto watercolor paper and painted them fast and sloppy, in the best way. Korgoth's world is packed with mutated warlords, farting wizards, and magical MacGuffins that look like they were brewed in a cursed cauldron. It's a grotesque, glorious tribute to every sword and sorcery trope turned upside down. Korgoth himself, the spitting image of Conan. If he had a hangover, no money, and zero patience. His only real motivator is food, and maybe spite. So with a dream team of creators, top-tier animation, and a cult vibe out of the gate, why didn't we get more? In one word, money. Korgoth was hand-animated. It didn't rely on cheap digital tricks, tweening, or outsourced shortcuts. Even the Korean animation studios reportedly refused to replicate the hybrid traditional/digital background process Ray used. This thing was expensive. Adult Swim eventually aired a bumper that basically admitted this show was just too beautiful and costly for late-night TV. One of the final notes on their website, you couldn't handle more than one anyway. Savage. And yet, here we are, nearly 20 years later, and fans are still howling at the moon for more Korgoth. Whether it's the jaw-dropping animation, the metal soundtrack, or the way it gleefully mocks toxic masculinity and fantasy cliches, Korgoth hit a primal nerve. It's a fever dream we don't want to wake up from. In a world where The Legend of Vox Machina and Primal are killing it, Korgoth could totally rise again. Primal, in particular, feels like a spiritual sibling. Same director, similar savage energy, but serious where Korgoth is absurd. A perfect 1-2 punch of caveman chaos. And hey, if Mystery Science Theater 3000 can get crowdfunded back into existence, who's to say Korgoth couldn't? With enough fan support, a miniseries or animated film isn't out of the question. Korgoth of Barbaria may have had only one episode, but it left a scar, in the best way. It's part metal opera, part satire, part fever dream, and all heart. A black, blood-drenched, beautifully animated heart. If there's any justice in this cruel, pustule-ridden world, Korgoth will ride again. Were you lucky enough to catch Korgoth when it first aired? What about any of the reruns, or finding it online? Are you also hoping for a series revival? Let me know in the comments below. And if you liked the video, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.